What's up, YouTube? I'm Brett from Rants. As always, guys, if you enjoy our content, don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. We're on the road to 1,000. We hope you guys will help us get there. And as always, guys, I do want to mention that as of right now, content creators here on YouTube are having trouble getting their videos out there to the public thanks to some really crazy YouTube analytics problems. So if you do enjoy our content, please hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you'll be the first ones to be able to view our videos once they're uploaded. Wow. What a year for HBO Max. It's so weird. It was just a few months ago that everyone was talking about Disney Plus and Netflix and Amazon, and now you've got HBO Max, and everything seems to be coming out on that. You could say Disney Plus is benefiting because they've got Marvel movies coming out, and of course they're going to be streaming on Disney Plus, and of course The Mandalorian. I don't think there's any Star Wars movies or Star Wars projects other than the Obi-Wan series, and I think there's some that might be in the works, but nothing like too big that would draw people's attention. But HBO Max, on the other hand, they will be getting Matrix 4, Dune, The Suicide Squad, Mortal Kombat, and a few others. I think Wonder Woman 1984 will be premiering on that as well. So, 2021 is going to be a huge year for HBO Max. Now, I don't know how I feel towards this. I stopped going to the movies a long time ago. It had actually very little to do with how much I enjoyed it, and more to do with I got married, and I married a woman that didn't enjoy going to the movies. That just wasn't her thing. It bored her. So we stopped going. My kids were too young to actually sit through a movie, for a long period of time in a theater. So that was something I was going to do in the next couple of years. That doesn't look like that's going to be happening now. It looks as though movie theaters are going to be dead next year. I think you're going to have like the smaller movie theaters, in these smaller towns, maybe survive. But a lot of these bigger theater companies, franchises, they're going to all go down. Why would they not? Like, why would you, during the pandemic, and let's just face it, I know things supposed to be coming out, shots and different things, vaccines, to help on for 2021 when it comes to the pandemic. But let's face it, the last 6 months has changed human behavior around the world, not just in America. I don't see people going back to theaters in such a large number like they used to. I think those dirty seats that everybody used to, you'd find popcorn or something sticky that you probably didn't want to know what it was, on the seat cushion or on the arm of the cinema chair. I always hated that part. That was probably my least favorite. Well, that definitely was my least favorite part. Except for maybe like the $10 popcorn that I have to pay for every single movie. But overall, it was something that A lot of Americans did because we had become accustomed to doing it, and we overlooked the bad that was cinema, was viewing movies in cinema. That said, there is a magic to it. I remember going to see a few Star Wars films in the cinema, and it was amazing. I will never forget it. In fact, Lance and I, when we were teenagers, we went to go see the second movie. Let's see, what was it? Was it? It was it was the prequel films of Star Wars. I think it was Attack of the Clones, or whatever that movie is called. Not good with the names of it. I love Star Wars, but I've never been good with the names of them. But it was the second one of the prequel series we went and go see, and that was a memorable experience as a kid. But overall, I mean, this kind of sad to me. It's kind of sad that I might not be get that experience with my children like what my parents got with me. It's something fun. I mean, it's something kind of enduring, I guess, waiting in line, for an anticipated movie or something along those lines. But apparently those days are long gone. But HBO Max they are in the driver's seat right now. I mean, these other streaming companies, they're going to really have to step up their game to catch up with HBO Max right now, because HBO Max just has everything. Like, I mean, they've got all the movies of 2021 that most people want to see. Like, they've got the majority of them. Right now, Marvel's kind of taking a break a little bit. So, Disney Plus is going to catch up maybe in the future. But they've got to withstand this barrage of excitement for HBO Max as of right now. And you cannot tell me that The Mandalorian alone is going to keep subscribers for Disney Plus. Once that nostalgia wore off, I lost interest in Disney Plus. I did. We have it for the kids for whatever reason. But besides that, I mean, there's no reason to have Disney Plus. I mean, unless, you want to catch up on your Darkwing Ducks or your 90s cartoons. There's no reason to have it. And let's face it, kids nowadays probably aren't that excited about those 90s cartoons. So it's basically the grown-ups that I guess are excited. And there's not enough grown-ups out there that are going to be excited enough to pay whatever amount of money for Disney Plus. Like, they're just not. So I think Disney Plus is going to be hurting in the future. Felt like The Mandalorian kind of saved it a little bit, especially season 2 being so great. But, once this season's over, I mean, we're on, as of this video, I think we're on, fixing to go to episode 7 of The Mandalorian. So it's almost over. I don't know what Disney Plus is going to do after that. But I'm telling you, I might actually get me an HBO Max because I mean, I'm excited to see these movies. I'm excited to see every single one of these movies that I just mentioned. But withstanding Matrix 4, I kind of got a little fed up with Matrix 4. That got old like after Matrix 1, at least for me. But besides that, it's cheaper. I mean, it's actually, I could just sit at home and enjoy these movies just watching them with my wife, rather than having to get dressed and fight through crowds and pay, I don't know, for her and I it would be like $50, $60 for us to see it. I can get a subscription for HBO Max and then pay a little extra for the movie, and it's about the same, maybe even a little less, but definitely without the hassle. So this is a big deal. But I will say this. This might actually, I think the whole box office breaking the box office is done and over with. I don't think these movies will ever make as much off these streaming services as what they did in theaters. I just don't. Um, I know that a lot of these theaters that are overseas, let's say in China, I think a lot of them are still going to be open, and I think that's where a lot of these movies do make a lot of their money. But as for American audiences, an audience in Europe, I don't really see them getting that big chunk of money from those audiences anymore. I think those days are just long gone. And, because people, like I said, uh, people might pay for an HBO Max subscription, and they might pay the extra a little bit for these money, but they're not going to do it in the large amounts as what they would to go see it in theaters. I've talked to too many people recently just about that, and I know we did a video here on Rants about Mulan, which was an utter failure. That doesn't mean that Wonder Woman 1984 is going to be a failure, or The Matrix 4, or Dune, or any Suicide Squad, or any of those. But it just means that there's something still magical to people about going to the theaters. Something they're willing to put out that amount of cash for that experience. The experience of paying for it at home is no different than paying for pay-per-view. And let's face it, a lot of these pay-per-view things are these sports that rely on pay-per-view, and they're even hurting because they're not getting the amount of people that used to buy these pay-per-views to buy them. This is what this is basically going to be. It's going to be like, typical pay-per-view. I just don't see them making the amount of money. But, like I said, we're in a completely new era, and Hollywood is just going to have to live accordingly to it. I just wonder if this is going to bring down the budget of the films, and if it's going to rise up some of these indie films or these mid-market films. Is going to put them on more of an even playing field. So yeah, I'm curious about this, guys. Let me know what y'all think. There's a part of me that's excited about it just because it's new. But then there's a part of me that kind of feels like I feel sad because I feel like there's going to be an experience that I will never have with my children, with the theaters, going to like these big blockbuster films. I won't have that. I don't feel like I'll have that experience with my children quite like what my parents had with me. I remember as a kid how excited I was. And now it's just like we're all just going to be sitting at home watching movies, just like, we basically do anyways. So I don't know. It's not going to feel the same, but like I said, we're in a new era of just reality and of life right now. So, we're just going to have to get used to it. But anyways, guys, thank y'all for watching, and y'all take care.